Today in the grain market, soybeans were a little bit lower. The market is really consolidating a little bit after its run up. The futures are just taking a rest and the market is really poised for a little correction. Maybe this is the start of it. You know, unless we have more news about the talks, it seems like the technicals say that the market could be a little bit top heavy. So we just have to watch that. It doesn't mean that we won't continue to rally because it's still relatively strong overall, but we are in harvest time, so other issues could start to take notice and could have a little bit of an effect on this market. Corn is somewhat easier. That ethanol proposal has been a little bit disappointing right now. There is worries that there's going to be less ethanol to be blended as the mandate. And so some of the corn producers are disappointed that we didn't get like a better deal, or there isn't anything on the horizon right now. Also, it seems that the $4 mark was the big resistance. You know, once we got above it, we thought that we might be able to hold it, but it didn't happen. So the market has kind of retreated a little bit. Maybe it's just that we've had some profit taking, but we're not exactly sure. The market today was relatively quiet, and we'll see. The next couple of days could be an indicator on where our direction is going to go, certainly for the short term right now, but we're still looking for numbers coming in, and as some of these yield numbers are maybe less than what we think, it could buoy the market and maybe give us a little kick up, at least a few points. Watch news every day. Now, wheat was higher today. That was probably the most interesting of all the grains. The futures really had a big surge on maybe rising global markets, but 522 was the objective that we talked about maybe a week ago, and it's kind of getting close. Interestingly enough, a lot of the data has been relatively bearish across the board, even with Kansas City and Minneapolis, and yet the market continues to rally. The global prices are up. Egypt's actually tendering with Russia and Europe. I mean, all this information you would think might be weigh a little bit more heavy, but it seems that perhaps some of the algorithms have hold of the market, or there's a little bit of a scramble to cover some of these shorts, and that's pushing the market a little bit higher. Now, we know electronic markets sometimes overshoot the objective, and the objective that I heard from a lot of the experts was like a 522 number. I thought there was no way it was going to get there, and yet here we are. Today the market opened higher, dropped all the way down to 504. This is on the D's contract, and then rallies right back up to 514. Kind of a big surprise if we get some follow through when the market opens up tonight. Watch out, maybe we're going to be surging a little bit higher. It'll be interesting to say, and certainly as wheat, as it pertains to corn and soybeans, I think that they're going to follow along. If we see corn and soybeans down a lot, it's going to be very difficult for the wheat to rally, but we're going to watch that.